The grass is not always greener on the other side, and I got plenty of evidence to support that. You won't believe how many West Virginia players that left ain't even in the two deep, much less the three deep into their other schools.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, baby. We're talking about the Mountaineers again today in a little different lens. We will be talking about the football team in just a minute. But before we get there, let's recognize those channel sponsors if you can. This episode of Locked On West Virginia, as usual, going to be brought to you by our friends over at Game Time. When it comes to Game Time, right now, download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Locked On College for $20 off your first purchase. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network where we talk about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. Well, I decided to do a little exercise yesterday because I just wasn't sure about where some of these guys went, that left West Virginia. Like I was rooting for several of them and, wasn't sure where they were at, wanted to be able to watch their teams today and tomorrow and Saturday, to kind of root for them. I mean, that's just the truth. That's what I started this as. And as I got into looking up and down the depth chart, over 50 players transferred out at West Virginia. A shocking amount. And I mean, people could be, people got mad on social media, claimed I was being, one dude called me an extremist. Like he said, it's extremism. But people don't like to hear this for whatever reason. I don't care. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I want to do, whether you like it or you don't. You can never watch the show again. And at the end of the day, I'm still going to do the content I want to do. This is not directed at anybody specifically. I'm just saying I'm going to do what I see fit. And this is my show. It's my butt on the line. And like I say, I do 14 shows a week, sometimes more, sometimes 18, 19, 20. There's no way we're going to agree on every issue. But let's not try to cancel people over just ridiculous stuff like this. It's just we're trying to come out of this, right? All right, let's get into the list here. You just won't believe. Like I was really shocked when I saw this. Okay, so I would like to share the screen, but then it'll give it away, because I'm trying to be a little bit. I'm going to hold some of these back. So let's go with the obvious good ones first. Let's do that. Okay. You've got starters at obviously Virginia Tech. If you want to go there first, because obviously you've got Tomas Rimac. He's going to be starting at left guard for them, which is a big boon for them. Gavin Crawford is not starting for them. He's like third or fourth string. You get to Tyler Evans, who is starting at Robert Morris, obviously. So that's a good one. We'll be playing him against him Saturday. Kyle Altuner will be starting at Virginia Tech. So that's another good one for them. You've got, let's see, my list isn't, I forgot to group them all together. So they're all, let me tell this thing to group everybody on the same teams in one spot. That'll make this a lot easier. Group everyone together. That's same team, please. Sorry about that, y'all. I meant to, I'll tell you what, AI is a handy tool though, right? Because all I did was just typed in, there's one website where you can look up all the depth charts. It's called Our Lads or something like that. And it even goes back and does some FCS. So I was like, it was pretty simple. I was just able to copy and paste those into it. But then grouping everybody together and everything like that, it's just difficult, man. It's so many names. It's not fun. So all right. Now let's see if we can Yeah, now it's in alphabetical order. That's much better. Much better. Okay, now starting with Virginia Tech, Tomas Remack started at left guard, Gavin Crawford third or fourth string, Lucas Austin is a backup second string or third string. It says I thought I put that. I thought I put it in there. Let's go to Virginia Tech's roster really quick. Virginia Tech depth chart. All right. So let's look at it right from the horse's mouth here. Um, so left tackle Johnny Garrett, left guard Tomas Remack, followed by Lucas Austin at second string. So there you go. Center, you got Kyle Altuner. Right guard, you like Lath Ganem. There's another one we should have probably be naming, even though he didn't technically go to West Virginia. He was on. He would have probably made it here had things stayed the same. So that's like 3 or 4 guys that we would have had. So it's gonna. I mean, I really want to pay attention to how their offensive line is this year to see if it would have been anything. So that's all on Virginia Tech. Okay, so those are good ones, right? Like, it's not all bad. Obviously, at Missouri, you've got, let's see, Josiah Trotter starting at middle linebacker for Missouri. So that's good. Johnny Williams is second string right tackle, so he did not make starter for them. And he would have started at West Virginia for sure, in my opinion, this year. So, that's another one. Bowling Green. If you go to Bowling Green, Keon Washington is a starter there at corner. Okay. Hudson Clement starting at Illinois. He's the starting wide receiver. Let's see. Now, remember, there's 51 transfers. Okay. 51. All right. So that's not bad, right? I mean, that's okay. I'm happy for those guys. Now, let's get to just how many. This is what's shocking about this list. I mean, I might as well just share the screen with you now because there's no really more surprises. Let's just go down the list. Jack Samarco is a backup, probably third string at Alabama. It's weird because they have 2 tight ends, two separate tight end positions on their offense. They've got an H and a Z or something like that. And he's the backup to one of them. So I'm not sure if he's third or fourth or second. I'm not sure. Aiden Garnes is second string at Arizona. Mekhi Byerson is fourth string at Boston College. Probably not a great choice for him to go. Central Connecticut State, Derek Berlitz could not find it. Coastal Carolina, Chris Henry, third string. Coastal Carolina, Obena Onwuka, fourth string. Dom Collins is on the roster somewhere at Concord, but I could not find it. So I'm not some of these good guys could be hurt. Former 4-star wide receiver that we thought was pretty good. No. Brandon Raymond, third string at Delaware. Garden City Community College, Josiah Jackson could not find him. Neither could I find Jordan Jackson at Gardner Webb. So you have to be fair and keep those in mind. They could be starters. They could be nothing. Murphy Clement is not on the 2 or 3 deep at Illinois. So whatever that means. Trey Lathan was the backup, but he started because of an injury. So, but he would have been the backup to start the year at Kansas, just so people know. He had a great game the other day, though. Lenore Wine, LJ Turner is the starting running back, from what I understand. Bryce Biggs is second string at Marshall. Sammy Etienne is third string at Marshall. Zah Jackson's couldn't even find him at Marshall. Aiden Ellis at Mercyhurst is not listed on the roster. Josiah Trotter, starter at middle linebacker. Johnny Williams, backup at Missouri. Raleigh Collins was second string at New Hampshire, even though it says not listed. It's his second string. I must have forgot to fix that one. Jaheim Joseph is not at Northwestern. I don't know why it says that. Ohio State, CJ Donaldson, second string. Justin Terry, you can't find him on the roster. Ole Miss, second string at wide receiver. TJ Crandall is got a broken foot, unfortunately, but he was going to be a starter from what I understand. Rhode Island, Will Dixon, not can't find him on the roster. Evans is a starter, obviously. Zaki Lawton is third string at Sam Houston, guys. Um, just way down the list. Travion Dunbar, fourth string at South Alabama. Jackson Aquarty, third string at South Dakota. Jalen Anderson, second string at South Dakota. Southern Miss, TJ Johnson, third string. Southern Miss, Zachariah Keith, fourth string. Southern Miss, Elijah Kinsler, fourth string. Southern Miss, Amir Leonard, John Charles, one of our best recruits, we thought, from the last era, not even on the roster. Toledo, Ricky Williams, third string. Johnny Piscuzzi, I'm not counting him. He wasn't, I don't even know why he's on there. Ryder Burton is second string at UAB behind Jalen Kitna. UCF, Darius Farmer, third string. UMass, Ramondo Johnson, he's on there. I don't know why it says that. He's third string as well. UMass, Sullivan Weidman is the starter at right guard. Orion Fisher, UTEP, fourth string. Like the amount of third and fourth string guys, it's one thing to be a backup or a starter. These are power four transfers. Like, this is what our roster was populated with. And there are people that want to take up for Neal Brown and crew. And there people get mad because I want to go, and because it's like the biggest thing I hear is they're not even here anymore. Why do you even care still? Because we lost for 6 years and we couldn't figure out why. I mean, we had an idea, and there was that anonymous quote, Vaughn Leonard, thank you for reminding me, that anonymous coach that said we had a MAC level roster. Remember that? He was right. Yeah, we had good starters, but the level of depth that we had, horrible. And here's another thing. I mean, let's just look up and down the list really quick. Let's just be honest about this. Sullivan Weidman had multiple years put into him, and he's starting at UMass, so that's good. Ramondo Johnson had a little time put into him. Can't start at UMass. Darius Farmer had at least a year put into him. He's third string. Ryder Burton was a transfer. Piscuzzi doesn't count. Ricky Williams had a year at least put into him, third string. Elijah Kinsler, Zachary Keith, TJ Johnson, Jalen Anderson, all had multiple years put into them in this program as power four players. And they're third and fourth string in a backup. Jackson Aquarty, who I did not, I mean, I was very open about not liking him. He's third string at South Dakota, if that tells you anything. Travion Dunbar is fourth string at South Alabama. Zaki Lawton is third string at Sam Houston, or second string, one of the two. He's not a starter. Tyler Evans is a starter at Robert Morris. I'm glad to see that. Will Dixon, obviously, that one was I wasn't able to figure it out, but I think it was third string. Traylon Ray, second string, which is I'm not surprised at that. It's the SEC. And then you got CJ Donaldson, second string, obviously, but like we went over all these guys, but just the amount of guys on here. Sammy Etienne, Bryce Biggs is a backup. Let's see. Murphy Clement, you got a year into. Jordan Josiah Jackson are both at junior college, but we guys go down to junior college and bounce back up all the time, so I don't want to be too hard on them. Brandon Raymond, how many years did we have in him? 2 or 3? Like, and he's not even able to crack third string at Delaware. It's just eye-opening. It's just eye-opening. Look at this. Coastal Carolina, Chris Henry, multiple years. Obinna Onwuka, I had him on the show. Love the kid. What, 3 years we put into him? 4th string at Coastal. It wasn't like these guys transferred in. These are the high school players that they were going after. Mekhi Byerson, 4th string at Boston College. Jack Samarco, obviously I think he turned out to be a pretty good one. My blood pressure goes up thinking about this. Like what in the hell what were they doing? What kind of talent evaluation is this? I mean, good gosh, man. Cut bait. If these guys were this bad, cut bait. No wonder we couldn't win. No wonder we didn't have enough players to field the team at the Power 4 level. You're not going to hit on every player, but what is there? At least 25 players here that are backup or less at the FCS or FBS level, group of 5 level. I mean, I'm being generous. I think I asked it the question, and I don't think it got it right. I said, it's up here at the top. I said, just give me one number or answer. How many of these transfers are second string, not listed, or less out of 51? It says 46. I don't think that's the right answer, but it's close. We could probably count it up, but I mean, it's a waste in futility, right? Obviously, REMAC, the guys at Virginia Tech and the guys at Missouri add to the positive side. You got Bowling Green, you got Weidman at UMass. Crandall would have been one, but he was, Crandall I don't count because he's a transfer in a lot of ways. It's just a wild scenario for me to look at this and realize that so many of the guys there's 51 players here, and the vast majority are second, third, or fourth string. Fourth string? Shocking to me, man. And like I had a lot of people coming at me over this. And fine, if that's how you feel, I'm not over this yet. Maybe I'll feel better once we start playing games and winning under Rich Rod. But the fact that we are where we are as a program right now, this is the result. This is why. Because they couldn't evaluate, they could not recruit, and they didn't develop all the things we thought they could do. So it was a total Shane Lyons made a bad hire, and I get it. Neal Brown was the hottest thing going, but man, hopefully he does better at Texas. Hopefully he sees what it actually looks like at Texas, because it wasn't happening at West Virginia for sure. Let's go to break. On the other side, I want to talk about what Rich Rod said on the Pat McAfee show today. A lot of interesting stuff, including he alluded to the backyard brawl again. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by Supply House. We're talking about Supply House on this episode for multiple reasons, and none bigger than the opening whistle. It's going to blow on a new repair. You've got your crew moving forward with Supply House. Order today and see parts on your doorstep tomorrow. Over 280,000 plumbing, HVAC, and electrical items from the most trusted brands in the business. Their real-time inventory and honest lead times keep you from punting projects, while their industry-leading customer service always has your blind side covered. If you need fast parts for a project, Supply House has next-day delivery. Talk about a game changer. Join the free Trade Master program today and score serious perks like priority shopping, lower prices, and a dedicated support line. Visit supplyhouse.com today to sign up for your free and use a promo code SCHOLLEGE, SCHOLLEGE5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com, where there's real people, real service. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia also going to be brought to you by none other than Upside. We're talking about Upside on this one, y'all, which is a brand new deal for us. We're really excited to have Upside as a partner. Hey, Locked On West Virginia fans, are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind, man. Get real cash behind every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or on Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FOOTBALL and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already need anyway. At first, I thought it was too good to be true. It's actually legit, man. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes. Be a part of that crew, and you absolutely can be too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account with PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let the offer drive by. Download the free Upside app today and use my limited time promo code FOOTBALL for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's promo code FOOTBALL. Offers are going to vary by location, but get Upside today at upside.com for total terms and conditions. It's segment 2. Let's crack open a do, y'all, and continue this discussion about the situation at hand. Matt McAfee. You ever play the game where you exchange the letter of the first word and the first letter of the last word, and like Matt McAfee instead of Pat McAfee? Me and my friends used to do that all the time. There are some really funny ones out there if you do it. I know it's silly. I know it's random, but like do Louisville Cardinals, Cleveland Cardinals. You've got Nomar Garcia Para, Gomar Garcia Para. Like there's all kinds of funny ones you can do. Anyways, I'm getting off track again. Pat McAfee today, y'all. That was fun. Enjoyed seeing Rich Rod on the program. I'll be able to be honest, man. I was not expecting him to talk about game day again. It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. And then today was the real kicker, man. It doesn't say it in this clip here. This is just some stuff they talked about. But, you know, if you loaf, you're a traitor is an all-time line. That is true. But, like, did you guys hear him? If you listen to this, he said, listen, man, he's telling Rich Rod on camera. He said, listen, take care of it's very openly obvious to me that game day's coming to Morgantown. All we got to do is start out 2-0. Like, I think the decision has been made. This is my personal belief. I have no inside information or intel, but if West Virginia can go 2-0, I believe now at this point in time, this is the third time it's been brought up. I would love to try to find it. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I know where the McAfee show was today and what it was on and all that, but I mean, and I know about what time that Rich Rod spoke there and the whole thing. But I don't know that. We'll try. I mean, because I wanted to play it for fun, just like, let's see, live. Rich Rob was on right around an hour and 30-ish, 40-ish, somewhere in there. Yeah, there he is right there. Okay, here's the Rich Rod combo. Perfect timing. All right. So are we sharing screen yet? No, we're not. All right. Let's get over there. All right.
Run the program, but what's Neal Brown? I appreciate what he did for West Virginia University. Spent a lot of time in Morgantown, but the way he coached, vastly different than the way you coach and the way you run a program. How has that been? How has it settled in? Was there like a little bit of a culture shock, or do you think?
Anyway, I just wanted to play that because I thought it was funny.
This normal 2 days gets work, right?
I'm going to try to fast forward to the part where they're talking about game day again. It's very subtle, but I want you to hear it. So just give me a second here.
Sure. Or
like conversation has certainly been hilarious. Implications are, I think you like the preseason game with conference football, so maybe, but you are. How do you? Was that a
well? To separate, but I think there's efforts to make
Sorry, y'all. I'll try to find it here. It may be too hard to find because it's a long talk
We've got
they
to-
have.
Yeah, they get
If we got two guys,
it's as you have accountability, discipline.
And a lot of your coaches you brought that are in a call.
to these guys,
I know.
there are some guys that have to fight every.
I know he said something
It's a lot of
something to the effect of, and it's just too hard to find, But like, I want to say it was like something to the effect of win the first two games, and I wish I could play it again. For those maybe somebody can find it for me. I don't want to sit here and try to. I mean, this is just horrible for anybody that's listening, So, but yeah, that's what he said. I found it to be fascinating, to be honest. The fact that this could happen is truly just a dream if it does happen. But yeah, if you get a chance, go check that out. So I really believe this is going to happen. I think that game day is going to come to Morgantown. As long as Pitt and West Virginia can both go 2-0. Next week looms really large for West Virginia. Extremely large. And I'm worried about Ohio a little bit. I'm working on getting a couple guys to come on. But they've replaced a lot like we have. You would think that we would have the upper hand, even though we're going on the road. But it's a scary scenario. I won't lie about it. I mean, I think it's, they've won 31 games over the last 3 years. That's incredible. That's a huge amount of games, right? So, man, I just got to say, for me, it's like, I just hope nothing happens because, like, we felt, as a fan base, I feel we're so snake bitten, and a good thing like game day happening feels like too good to be true. It feels like something's going to happen to screw that up, and I just hope not. Just hoping not. So the other part of this conversation I want to get to is just how much belief Patty Mack has in Rich Rod. We'll talk about it after the break. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by, of course, we love talking about our beautiful sponsors, but we can't go another minute without Game Time. You guys know I love my Game Time. It's one of my very favorite ad reads to do because I still, even though it doesn't ask me to anymore, I still do the what time is it Game Time thing just because it's such a, I don't know, I just always loved it. So college football is back. And I couldn't be more excited because the tailgates, the rivalries, and the energy in the stands, there's just nothing like it. But let's be real here. Actually getting tickets can feel a lot more like a battle than the game of football itself. Endless queues, hidden fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the easiest way to score last-minute tickets at the best prices with no surprise fees. And what you see is what you pay. I pulled up on Game Time in just a couple taps. I saw amazing deals. And look, I'm talking about West Virginia games as low as $25. That's pretty wild. Take the guesswork out of buying college football tickets today with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. The terms are going to apply, but create that account, redeem the code LOCKEDON. COLLEGE for $20 off today. Swipe, tap, ticket, go, download today. Swipe, tap, ticket, go download Game Time today. I like that. Swipe, tap, ticket, go download today. What time is it? It's game time. All right, guys, and we've got a very special moment at Locked On going on here. We really do. It's a huge moment for college football fans because Locked On and Fire TV present College Football Kickoff, your ultimate college football preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation along two-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, former college star Jesse Holley, and Locked On's local experts. The college football preview only Locked On can do. You got to catch football kickoff every Thursday throughout the season. only on Fire TV. So be sure to catch me on Fire TV during the Backdraw Brawl Week. Hoping that I will be able to talk with Coach Patterson and crew that week, which will be a big deal, obviously. Very excited for that. Really, really want to do my homework on everything to make sure I got my I's dotted, T's crossed, because to go on a show like that, obviously, that bumps me up another level to way beyond where I thought I would be as just a regular guy. I'm still just a regular guy, but I mean, a guy sitting in his house streaming, a guy sitting in his mother's basement streaming, like some people say. Gosh, man, it's so stereotypical. You're probably just you sitting in your mom's basement. All you can do is laugh at it, man. I used to let it suck the energy right out of me, but to anymore, I guess you just kind of get accustomed to the hate because, like, anymore, it really doesn't bother me. I'm not just saying it really doesn't. I like to debate and stuff still with people, but like, I don't get hung up on it like I used to. All right. So Pat McAfee's belief in Rich Rodriguez is something that it's hard to really quantify into words, isn't it? Because I guess it's like how I feel about my dad, maybe, or well, he brought up drill instructors. I had some bad drill instructors when I was in Paris Island, and I had some good ones. I think I told the story before, but drill instructor Staff Sergeant Knuckles was like a father figure to me. He could have kicked me out of the Marines when I was in boot camp, or at least that's the impression I got. I actually don't think I was ever actually on the verge of being kicked out, but they make you feel that way, right? You need to be able to do this, this, and this, or you're out of here. You're discharged. And he pushed me hard, man, like on my physical fitness. Because when I got there, I hadn't worked out at all. I mean, I was 18, though. So it's like when you're that age, you can start from scratch and keep up. It's pretty wild, man. So I would love to talk more about this. I don't want to keep you guys bored or anything. But yeah, I actually just recorded my lead, some of it yesterday. I'm excited to edit that video and put it up on the channel. I'm nervous on how some of you guys are going to receive it. Because you guys' love and support means a lot to me. But we got about 10% through my story. It's the best we could do. It's just going to take multiple episodes because it would take me 3 or 4 hours to get deep into my story. And you've only, I think we spent 40 minutes, and I think I got to the beginning of the addiction phase for me. So, yeah. I apologize, Linda. She said you were relating the position for a few guys and what string unit they were on. However, you were not relating their position. That is something I have to be better at. And thank you so much for that constructive criticism. I've got to be better at that. I kick myself in the ass over this stuff, man. I am so sorry, Linda. I did not mean to. I need to be better at reading what's on the screen and not assuming. So, because for the longest time, like my mindset was like, if somebody's watching me, they've got to be a hardcore fan. I'm not just catching your everyday straggler in like casual. Well, now that the show has grown to where it is, like just, I mean, to keep it real with you guys, we did 1 million views in 1 month on this channel. So that's a lot of people. And I realize that, are there shows that do 1 million views in one episode? There are, but like most channels, even some of the bigger ones do what, 10, 15, 20,000 views if they're really killing it. A guy like Josh Pate's doing like 30 and 40. So even for them, you can take a while to get to 1 million. So I was very proud of that month, but it also brought in a different portion of the fan base that maybe is a little more casual, that doesn't pay as hardcore of attention as like Abbott Hunter, Ranger Buck, Raven, everybody that's in the chat that normally David Cummings, and and you guys know Kenny, like I can name, I could keep scrolling up and naming some of you, but you all know who you are if you're a hardcore fan, right? But there are casual fans here too that I can't look over. So, Linda, what I'll do is I'll go back over these. Although I did share the screen, I do want to say that I did share the screen, and the position is right on the screen there. For those listening on podcasts, they would have no clue if they're casual fans. So I'm going to go over this really quick one more time before we jump off here. Jack Samarco is a tight end that transferred from West Virginia, who is a backup at Alabama now. Aiden Garnes is a corner at Arizona, second string. Mekhi Byerson is an edge rusher. He's either defensive end or a pass rushing, linebacker, fourth string. Keon Washington is a starter at Bowling Green at corner. Let's see. Chris Henry, corner, and Obena Onwuka are both third and fourth string, respectively. Obena Onwuka is an edge player, so that's a corner and an edge, third and fourth string. Dom Collins, couldn't find him on there. Brandon Raymond, wide receiver, is third string at Delaware. Let's see. Murphy Clement, not listed at Illinois. Hudson Clement, starter, wide receiver at Illinois. Let's see. Bryce Biggs, offensive tackle, is a second string backup at Marshall. Sammy Etienne, not on the roster at Marshall, safety. Za Jackson, corner, couldn't find him on the roster either at Marshall, but that could just be because they're not releasing the full depth chart as well. Josiah Trotter Jr., linebacker, starting middle linebacker for Missouri. Johnny Williams, backup right tackle for Missouri. Let's see. Raleigh Collins, backup safety at New Hampshire. CJ Donaldson, backup running back at Ohio State. Justin Terry, third string or not listed. Wasn't sure. I needed to go check back into that. Offensive tackle at Ohio State. Traylon Ray, backup wide receiver at Missouri. TJ Crandall broke his foot, unfortunately, so he's out. Let's see. We got Tyler Evans, starting wide receiver at Robert Morris. Zaki Lawton, third string defensive lineman at Sam Houston. Travion Dunbar, fourth string South Alabama running back. South Alabama running back, fourth string for Travion Dunbar. Jackson Aquardi, third string tight end at South Dakota. Jalen Anderson, second string running back at South Dakota. TJ Johnson, Zachariah Keith, and Elijah Kinsler all play at Southern Miss. TJ Johnson's tight end. Zachariah Keith and Elijah Kinsler are both defensive linemen. TJ Johnson, his third string. Zach Keith and Elijah Kinsler are both fourth string. So just an incredible amount of third and fourth string players. It just gets to be ridiculous. Also at Southern Miss, Amir Leonard John Charles is one of the players they brought into here in West Virginia, highly rated. Rich Rod kicked him right out, and he's not even to be found on the roster. So there must be something to that, right? Once again, the evaluation piece. Rich Rod said, oh, this is the highest rated defensive lineman you brought in, Neal Brown and company. I don't want him. That's got to tell you something. Ricky Williams, third string linebacker at Toledo, another third stringer, right? Ryder Burton, second string backup at UAB, quarterback. Rick Darius Farmer, wide receiver, third string out of UCF. Ramondo Johnson, edge, backup at UMass. Sullivan Weidman, interior offensive line at guard spot at UMass, starting right guard. Orion Fisher was in the program for multiple years, at least 2 or 3, and is an edge rusher, fourth string at UTEP. I mean, you can't even make that up. Like, what's a fourth string group of 5 player doing? I don't even want to talk about it. Kyle Altuner, Lucas Austin, Gavin Crawford, Tomas Remek, all went to Virginia Tech. Kyle Altuner is a starter. Tomas Remak is a starter. Gavin Crawford is the third string. Lucas Austin, second string. And there you go. But you get into it, man. It's just ridiculous that this many players from the Neal Brown era are third or fourth string. I can even understand backup because you're just getting to a place where like these guys aren't even really in the conversation for the job. So now as the season goes on, I'm going to keep an eye on it because maybe some of these guys eventually prove that they should have been played. So it's not over for these guys, but it's a bad look early on. I'll just keep it totally real. All right, guys, let's jump out of here. I appreciate you for coming in. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network where we talk about your team, the Mountaineers, every single day. Make sure you check out Locked On Portal next. Obviously, Brian Smith does an excellent job over there. We wouldn't have that any other way, and we will see you later. I'll be doing the ticket drawing for Robert Morris game tonight. I forgot to tell you guys that. Raven, can you put the Discord link in there in the chat really quick? I'll stall for a minute while you get it. Here's how you can get Robert Morris tickets. This is late to be saying this, but there are still quite a few hundred of you watching. So if you want Robert Morris tickets, I got 2 free tickets on the lower level. Basically to enter, you have to be subscribed to this channel. You have to follow me on X at Paul Mountaineer. So that's at Paul, Paul, at Paul Mountaineer, just like Mountaineers. You have to be, let's see, follow on X, Discord, and one other thing I forgot. Let's see. Make sure I got them all. All right. So, yeah, you want to be to Discord. You want to be subscribed to Locked On West Virginia. And you want to be following me on X. Those are the 3 things. If you're doing all those 3 things, message me on either Facebook or not Facebook, but on X or on even you can just message me in Discord. There's a bunch of different ways you can message me and tell me that you want in, but just let me know if you do, and I'll see you guys on the next one, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. We'll announce the drawing for the game. See you then.